Hi, hello. I'm Sam Harrison. I read, review, and discuss fantasy and science fiction books. Today, we have a discussion on the reading that I have been doing this week while I have been on holiday. So, what have I got up to this week? I have been reading Promise of Blood. So, last week when we spoke about this, I think I said I was about 20 or 30% done. I am now much more done. I've hit the 80% mark. But honestly, I've just been having a great time this week on holiday with my family. So I've only really had like one or two evenings where everyone went to bed early, where I had time to read. I don't know if I mentioned that I was on holiday, but obviously that's why we're in a weird space today for filming. So yeah, I have been reading Promise of Blood, the first book in the Powder Mage trilogy by Brian McClellan. I am loving this so far. Really enjoying this one. I really love the characters of Tamas and Taniel. I really like Adamant, the Inspector. I really like all the different stories that we're being told that are weaving together. So I like the crime investigation story, and I really enjoy the trying to rule an empire that has been overthrown from Tamas. And then I also like Taniel's story of where he's kind of like more of a soldier on the ground. If everyone goes to bed early, I've read much further than this because I read on the Kindle this morning. If everyone goes to bed early, I can probably finish this tonight, as I have about an hour and 45 left to read according to the Kindle. So yeah, really enjoyed this one. Cannot wait to continue this series, or at least finish that book, and then hopefully continuing the series. I will really enjoy it. So what else have I read? Basically nothing. So I did read a few comics this week. So I read some of Tom King's Wonder Woman, and I read Ultimate Spider-Man issue 3, both of which are very good. I think Tom King's Wonder Woman is like properly good. And I'm looking forward to reading more of that series. I literally only stopped because my tablet ran out of battery while I was trying to read through. So yeah, really enjoyed that one. Cheers. This will probably be quite a short weekly update because literally I've read, half of Promise of Blood, and that's it. I did also play a lot of Balatro. As you guys know, I love Balatro, and I'm on holiday with my brother, and he also loves Balatro. So we have been playing and talking about it quite a lot, which has been really fun. And one thing, just before we left, so literally we were about to leave the house as we were leaving home, my copy of The Shadow Rising has arrived, which is the next book in the Wheel of Time. This was a gift from Mare, who she's on the comments sometimes, and she's a friend of mine from Andrew Watson's Discord. Really excited to have this copy. It's going to join my shelf of the matching designs, which unfortunately all have an As Seen on Prime Video fake sticker. But I just think that these all look really nice when they're like lined up together with all these spines. And I don't want to buy some amazing, lovely, beautiful copies and then be kind of afraid to read them and to baby them. So I'd made the decision that currently, the way that I am enjoying this series, I want to own and probably reread this series. So I thought, pick this specific edition of paperbacks, also because I kind of see them everywhere, so they're not hard to collect, and they're reasonably priced in a lot of places. So yeah, really like this edition. This particular book, so it doesn't look any bigger than the previous Wheel of Time books. Can't believe I forgot that. Doesn't look any bigger than the previous Wheel of Time books. However, the paper is like Bible thin, and it's literally just under 1,000. So here we go. It's like 972 pages, which is apparently the longest Wheel of Time book. So that's interesting, because I kind of assumed that the last few books, because they were by Sanderson, and they were like the thing that gave him the confidence to write Stormlight Archive, I figured they'd all be like 1,000 pages. But this one is the longest one, apparently, and it's also just under 1,000 pages. So yeah, looking forward to starting this one. I don't know whether this will be my next read. I was kind of planning on reading Partial Function by JCM Byrne next, because I want to catch up on the Hybrid Helix books, and Joe has recommended Partial Function before the next one, which is something Hyperion. I want to say Fall of Hyperion, but that feels wrong because Hyperion has already fallen. Anyway, so Fall of Hyperion. Channel updates for this week. So we pre-recorded a lot of videos last week. So last week I pre-recorded 4 videos so that I could take this entire week off apart from this particular video, the weekly update. So the videos that I have released are the Queen of Mid-Ashes reading and running vlog, the Fantasy Starter Pack, Sci-Fi Starter Pack, and the Wandering In Read Along. And people seem to be really loving the Fantasy Starter Pack. So I think the big problem with my Queen of Mid-Ashes review / reading vlog / whatever is that I do kind of spoil the book. So I don't think I spoil... do you know, I do actually also think that I mention things that happen in the previous mainline books. So the big problem there is that I have drastically limited my audience to not only people who have read all the the first 2 Sunniter books, but also have read Queen of Mid-Ashes. The problem with that is that for the running and reading blog, I obviously needed to pick something that was specifically a short novella. So that was why I chose Queen of Mid-Ashes, because I didn't want to be running for way more time. So yeah, that's so that video hasn't done as well as I would have liked. So if I do think that it's, the spoilers are extremely light, especially for previous series books. But yeah, would love if you would share this with people, especially if you know anyone who's read Queen of Mid-Ashes, etc., etc., etc. Really enjoyed that book. It ended up being, while I enjoyed the experience of reading it and running and reading, it ended up being a kind of a weaker overall book for me, and I only ended up giving it 3 stars. But the filming the vlog was fun and I really enjoyed it. So I am hoping to do more reading vlogs in the future. My current plan for Stormlight 5 is to do a reading vlog as kind of like my full spoiler review for it. So the plan for Stormlight 5 is to read it as quickly as possible, post my non-spoiler review, then post a reading vlog, then do a full spoiler discussion with other people who have read it. So that is the current plan for that particular book. And I don't know whether I do that for every book, but that particular book, I am also possibly thinking about doing that for the final Bloodsworn Saga book, and for the next Bound and the Broken book. I will definitely be doing that. And in an ideal world, like literally perfect ideal dream world, we'd also get Ryan on the channel to talk about his book. He's gone on a few people's channels, most of those much bigger than mine, but it would be something I'd really enjoy and I'd really like to do. While we're there talking about the channel, actually, I would like to say a big thank you to everyone, and this will be the thumbnail, I imagine, so it's not exactly a surprise. But we hit 500 subscribers today, so that's kind of amazing. I'm sure I've said this before, but I had like a 3-year goal to hit 1,000 subscribers. That was kind of my original plan, was I was like, I reckon I can get like 1 to 200 in a year, and then like 2 to like 500 or 600 in the second year, and then in the third year I'd be able to get that over that final hump, because you know it does compound the subscriber growth. So like when you get the bigger you get, the more subscribers you get. But the channel has slowed down so much recently that I really was not even sure I would hit 500 by my birthday, which is in early May. But you know, it's over a month before then, and I have managed to hit 500, and I just wanted to say how thankful I am for that, and how much I really appreciate every single person who subscribes, and how seeing that 500 number still kind of doesn't feel real. And I'm sure that YouTube will do a cull anytime now, because they always do when I hit a milestone, and I will drop back down below 500. But I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone who subscribes. Also, I actually have other channel news, which is that I have joined Philip Chase's SPFBO review team. So what this entails is that I will be pre-selecting. So I'll be given 6 books to read by SPFBO, Mark Lawrence's self-published fantasy blog off. The way that the SPFBO works is that basically 300 authors submit a book. Those books are divided amongst judges, and the judges get 30 books each, I think. And last year, Dr. Philip Chase, my new friend, managed to read all 30 of them himself and review all 30. But this year, he's asked us to like pre-select the best stuff. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Is they'll be assigned to me in like May and June. So I'll be splitting them across like 1 or 2 a month over the summer. As always previously, you will see full reviews on this channel, and anything that I put forward as the best of the bunch, hopefully I'll be able to talk to Philip about once we've both read it. That'll be really exciting. I am hoping, cross your fingers everyone, to join a live stream with Philip today, because he's celebrating 25,000 subs, which is a bit more than 500. But, you know, I feel like, contemporaries. Anyway, so yeah, hopefully Philip and I will get on a live stream together tonight. If not, then I definitely will be speaking to him over the summer about SPFBO, which will be really exciting. Also, we have said that we'll do a video together when I finish the Idan trilogy. Now, I did kind of put that on the back burner because I'm in the major budget reduction zone at the moment, because I have these stag do's coming up in April, which it now is. So I'm trying not to spend any money on books, says the person who's bought 2 books from Broken Binding this month. But I would like a physical copy of Return to Idan, which is why I currently have not read and reviewed it, because I have physical copies of the first 2 books, and I would just like to complete the set on my shelf, because these ones, I know I've said before I don't keep many books that I read, but I've really enjoyed the Idan trilogy, and I do think that I'll reread it, in the old Twilight years or whatever, or in a few years' time, simply just kind of get back into that world, especially if there's sequel books or sequel series. I would consider rereading the original series. I've been thinking a lot about doing some rereads recently, so I have bought some books that I read when I was younger. And I have been really thinking about rereading Magician by Raymond E. Feist. I talked a little bit about this with a couple of other booktubers. I've not organised or actually committed to doing it, but I would really like to. So maybe that will happen. This video has ended up being longer than I kind of expected, but I had a lot of channel news. So, SPFBO. So yeah, the team has 30 books. I'll be given 6. And basically, I have to read them, and I can DNF them if I want, if they just don't work for me at all. But the ideal situation would be that I read them all, review them all, and then I tell Philip which one is the best, and then he can read my favourite along with the other favourites on the team. So, unfortunately, the details of the team that I have are on my phone, which I'm using to record this video, because I don't have my email on my tablet. So, I can't tell you 100%. However, I think a lot of us will be on Philip's 25k live stream later today, which is mad exciting. Yeah, that's probably everything that we need to talk about. It's kind of a long-winded way of saying loads of mad channel news, loads of big things happening for the channel. The fact that we've got to 500 subscribers is still boggles the mind. And if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please feel no pressure to do so. But it would be great if you did, because then I'd be one more subscriber closer to 1,000. Once I have 1,000 subscribers, YouTube will allow me to monetize my videos, and then I can buy more books because I will have money actually actively coming in from YouTube. And once I can buy books, then you guys are going to see a lot of weird, fun editions and things like that I'm going to be reviewing. I'm also hoping to get on the Broken Binding Tier 2 subscription at some point this year. I did get on the sci-fi subscription. I don't know whether I mentioned that or not. I did get on the sci-fi subscription, and I will be reviewing The Martian when that arrives. That'll be added to my sci-fi for that month. But yeah, so last month when I made my TBR for April, I said to you guys, I don't know how successful I'm going to be on my TBR for April because I'm spending so much time away. And especially this week, I have been awake. Well, I've been awake a lot. I've been away all week, and but I've been with family who I want to like spend time with and talk to, rather than hide myself away in this room with weird yellow chairs and review books. So I'll read books. So that's why I've not done much reading. And I don't know. I wonder if legitimately I will be able to read more than 3 books this month, because I'm hoping to read Partial Function next, and then it'll be straight onto The Shadow Rising. Because that's so long, and because I still have like 6 days of travel left this month. I don't know whether I'll be able to finish more than those 3. If I am, I will be going on to, as I discussed previously, onto The Book That Wouldn't Burn. I would like to add something sci-fi in there, but we'll see. Powder Mage is still the last book from Bloom in March, and I haven't finished it, and it's the 4th. Anyway, I'm waffling now. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thanks again so much if you subscribed and helped us get to this 500 subscriber landmark. Thank you to Dr. Philip Chase, who I will try and remember to only call Philip, because I don't think that he... I mean, he worked hard to get the doctorate, you know what I mean, guys? Like, thanks to Philip for inviting me to be on the SPFBO team. I'm really excited to read some more self-published books. I think I've still hit my goal of reading a self-published book every month. But, you know, I would love to read more. Thanks so much for watching. Please like this video if you liked it. Comment down below and let me know what you've been reading, what you've been up to, and if you've read anything that I've talked about and how excited you are for that. And also, subscribe if you haven't, because it really means the world to me. Thanks so much. I'll speak to you tomorrow. No, Monday.